Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Pastor Eric here. Hope you guys are all having a wonderful day and enjoying the Monday of Holy Week. It's those things as we go through the process of Holy Week, we don't always think about Monday as being a day in Holy Week that has its own special events. So I wanted to look up what happened on Palm Monday. I guess it doesn't have a name the way Good Friday and Monday, Thursday, and Palm Sunday have. So today, the case is today that Jesus turns the tables of the money changers over in the temple. So let me read that piece of scripture, and then let's chat about it for a half while. So this is from the Gospel according to Mark, chapter 11, verses 15 through 19. Although the money changers a table and Jesus turning the table over is in at least all three of the synoptic gospels. Didn't check on John. So Mark 11:15 through 19. On reaching Jerusalem, Jesus entered the temple courts. Let me move this a little bit so I can read the whole thing. And began driving out those who were buying and selling there. He overturned the tables of the money changers and the benches of those selling doves, and would not allow anyone to carry merchandise through the temple courts. And as he taught them, he said, "It is written, my house, is it not written, my house will be called a house of prayer for all nations, but you have made it a den of robbers." The chief priests and the teachers of the law heard this and began looking for a way to kill him, for they feared him, because the whole crowd was amazed at his teaching. When evening came, Jesus and his disciples went out of the city. So, very interesting discussion. One of the other things that happened on the Monday after Palm Sunday, the Monday of Holy Week, was Jesus cursed a fig tree, which I always thought was very interesting. So here we have Jesus on the Monday after Palm Sunday. He makes his triumphal entry into Jerusalem, and he goes and he cleans up the temple of people who were polluting religion. They were stealing the true faith in the God of Israel, Jehovah, Yahweh, and they were using it as a cheap way to make money. And now the worst part about this is, so what people would bring in their own animals, their own lambs, their own doves for the sacrifice. And the temple priests could say, well, this isn't really clean. We can't really use that. Well, then they would have to go buy an animal at greater expense. But the coins they brought with them were Roman coins. And so in the temple, you couldn't use Roman coins to buy God's sacrifice. So you had to go change your money from Roman coins to temple coins. Then you had to go buy a temple animal that had been pre-approved. But a lot of these animals were animals that had been bought, or at least historians say animals that had been bought from people whose animals had been refused. So you bring it in yourself, you haven't paid for it, it's refused. You go buy a new one. In exchange, you give the old one, and then they just put the old one back in the place for somebody new to get it later. So it was a really scam, and God's temple was being made a mockery because in order to give sacrifice, you had to go through this religious sham. And what it reminds me of, and it's so easy for this scripture for us to go, oh, that doesn't happen. We don't have sacrifice. We don't have money changers. We don't have, and we don't want to admit that there are things that we do that turn people off to God. And so, to me, this is a warning. The first thing Jesus did in Holy Week was he wanted to purify God's house. And the question is, are we even today doing things in God's house that makes Jesus upset, that embarrasses him? And the answer is we all need to be able to look in the mirror and look at ourselves and say, am I doing anything that's keeping someone from coming to Christ? And as we continue in on Holy Week, my prayer is that we can march each day to the cross and then to the resurrection, opening ourselves up to God so that he can give us the strength and the renewal in the vision for what it means to truly follow his Son who sacrificed so much for us. So God bless. Have a great day. And I'll look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.